Hello, everyone. Rev.Hawksblood here. All right, I want to talk about a couple things today. I usually deal with UFOs on Tuesdays and aliens, uh, weekends, and usually any other day is spiritual things. Today's going to be a mixture of everything. But let's start with, who do you blame when everything goes bad? That's where the word God fits in. All right, everybody blames God or Jesus. I don't care what religion you're in. Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, whatever. It always seems like when somebody's mad and something doesn't go right, they usually blame God or Jesus, even though it's not even a part of their religion. I mean, if you're whatever you are, Buddhist or whatever, I don't hear you screaming Buddha uh, or somebody else. I mean, Hare Krishna, who do they call? Uh, the Hindu religions, what deities do they call? They usually don't curse their deities out. Again, they go back to Jesus and God. Well, I mean, there's a program out there, and I hope you could see it. And it basically, everyone is in it. I'm sorry, I didn't open up my comments. Hold on. Let me just say hello, everybody. All right. Now, for me, I studied 14 religions when I was young. All right. Not one of them could talk about God. Not one of them. And over the years, I found out of this roughly 2,000 religions. I didn't study them all. Tried to get into a couple, as many as I could. Studied 14 directly. Realized they have no answers about God, which is scary. Because what I'm getting into today, God's being removed from everything. They've been doing it over the years, taking prayers out of schools and different things. Can't say religious things and things like that in a public place. It's really getting to a point where it's completely controlled, even though people think they have more freedom than ever. Freedom to do what? What does the word freedom mean? Well, here's two words I want you to think about while I talk today. Freedom, what it really means, and spiritualism, what it really means. All right, people talk about they're spiritual. I've been in the UFO world all my life, not because I wanted to, I had to. All right, and back then I was about between 6 and 7 when I got pulled into it, and my life started changing from then on. It never was the same. Here's the thing, people. When we go back to our childhood, do you remember it? I remember everything. Just about everything from, I guess, about the time I was 4. All right. And most people can't remember much of their childhood. So I hope when I get done today, you'll understand a few things about what's needed to be done in this lifetime. All right. It's sure not to go out and join a football team, baseball team, hockey team. You want to play, have fun. Okay. Want to make it a career? Make lots of money? A lot of people do. And they're so infested with the idea of sports. It's so important. Is it important to society? What is important to society today? All right. We talk about things we do, things we want to do, as far as hobbies, sports, and all those kind of things. Where does it get us? When we have a problem, we're a football player, basketball player, even boxers, when they go out into the ring, what do they say? Oh, God, help me beat this guy up. And they do the Hail Mary thing or something, and then they go out to beat somebody up and get paid for it. Morals are gone. Without morals, society will never move forward. And the sad part of that is, in all these groups, including the UFO world, they're still eliminating God in the vocabulary. They're filling it with aliens. The stories that came out, the rewritten books, that's not important. Sorry about that. So the books that are written, are they important? Any of them? And something that bothers me, people think because something's old, just because it's old, makes it real or makes it important. How's that? So whatever I write today, 1,000 years, 10,000 years from now, somebody finds it, they're going to believe it and say he knows what he's talking about. Age doesn't create anything. The same as death doesn't. In this day and age, people think when they die, they become an angel. How would that be possible? And then they also think they have powers and things like that. You're not a super being because you die. If you were totally aware in this lifetime, it would be a different story. Very few souls, when they die, are an aware being, meaning aware of who and what they are. And that being soul, not a body, not a person that's going to be coming back, but that's a lot of the attention's focused on that. But getting back to people focus on what today? Money. Money's the only answer for everything that's happening, including the virus, including the food, everything we do, everything that's happening is only based on money and who's going to make it. All right, for me, I'm not doing a show for money. I never have. I did a show for about 9 years with TJ Morris, and I never took a penny. All right, I with Sarge 18. I wasn't doing it for money. All right, he was getting paid, but here's the thing: when you go to a conference, it sounds good. It makes you feel good. You're with lots of people. All right, and they're all talking about, well, what's happening, and it's all stories. How much truth is in that? So when things start changing in your life, who do you blame? You blame yourself? Blame God? Blame your parents? Who do you blame? Who should you blame? Probably that's a little more important question. When something goes wrong, who do you blame? Who should you blame? And what do you do about it? Well, a lot of things today, something goes wrong, there's not much you can do. Suffer through it. Somebody's really sick, you hope and hope. You give them the right medicines, vitamins, and things that might help them. What happens when they die? All right. How do you deal with that? A lot of people can't. It changes their life. A lot of these events that happen, when I'm saying you can't control them, and who do you blame? People go to God because that's the program, the biggest program they have in their mind. It's changing because they're not using the word God much anymore, and parents aren't teaching children about a God. Just be one with the universe. Really? The most ridiculous statement I ever heard. And sadly, people are accepting it. All right. Now, in the next 2 years, you're going to see dramatic changes. Now, there's psychics out there prophesizing the doomsday, the end days. Well, we could slip into that real easy. But who do we blame for what's happening? Who's destroying the water? Who's destroying the air? Who's causing the virus? Are they natural? Think about it. Fracking, geothermal, the HARP system, chemtrails. What are they for? Who are they hurting? Well, I'll tell you this, they're hurting almost everybody. Now, something that's not going to be talked about much. All right. You blame yourself. I don't. I don't blame myself for what's happening to the world. Do I think it can change it? Of course not. It's pretty hard. Because when we do things in life, it's called karma. For every action, there's a payment due, good or bad. And when it's bad, it's called karma that stays with you, and it's something that you have to pay back. Good karma, you don't have to pay back. Bad karma, you do. If you don't know what bad karma is, it's doing something that you know is wrong. If you accidentally do something, that's not really karma. It's an effect of your karma, but you're not creating more karma because you don't know. Because you don't know God, you don't know spirit, you don't know any of these things. It's not your fault. Do you make karma? You have karma, and you can't pay it off until you do understand who you are as soul and what that has to do with God. Because otherwise, you deal with the karma that you have that you can't pay off. Why can't you pay it off? Because your attention's here. 99.9% of all people's attention is here. Oh no, I mean, they pray and they do things like that. You pray all day. Who are you praying to? God, angels, deities? What are you praying to them for? To change reality? Do you think you know what reality should be? We have people that believe they know. People like Musk, Gates. I call him Bosco, Bashai. I don't even know how to say his name. But these people that are changing the world greatly have no clue what should be changed, in what way should it be changed. Eliminating cattle? Eliminating farms? Is that an answer? Putting hundreds and thousands of UFOs? Are UFOs in space? What do you think an alien sees when they see our stuff? It's an unidentified flying object to them because it's not theirs. But when we put a lot of satellites in space, which Mr. Musk is trying to put, 2,600 this year alone. But in between the UFOs, you're going to see satellites. And in between the satellites, you're going to see UFOs. How do you tell the difference? Well, I'm not going to get into that today. But I have a book, How to See a UFO Field Manual. It's free. If you want it, just text me and I will send you one. I'll send you the link for it. But it's more than that, people. Because when we go out and do whatever we feel is important in life, who are we helping? I mean, a lot of people say we got to help the starving people, the homeless people. Well, if you can't help your own children, what do you feel you need to help other people's children? If you can't teach your child anything, which most parents cannot. Seriously, I don't know a parent that could teach their child anything about soul. Oh, well, that's what. They don't even know what it is or how to experience it. And that's something you need to learn in this reality. Spiritual side of things is different than the physical side. The true side is the opposite of the bad side, right? But what is the bad side? If you don't know what the bad side is, how do you determine? How do you learn? Or how do you change it? How do you know anything? Who tells you something's bad? Aliens or God? Who do you talk to? Probably neither. But in this day and age, we get the New Age world, the UFO world, talking about be one with the universe. Well, killing is definitely not the right answer for anything, but it won't change anytime soon. One of the biggest names out there in the UFO world, Stephen Greer. All right. I don't like to talk about people greatly, especially if they can't defend themselves, which they won't. Not one of them has the balls to defend themselves on what they preach, say, or do. I challenge every one of them out there. Live, offline, my show, their show, anywhere, anytime. Not one of them took it up. Why? Because their truth isn't real. They don't know what it is. Oh, well, it's what my truth is my truth. Yeah, your truth is what you believe you want it to be, and it's your truth. Can it change reality? Can it change other people? Can it help other people? If it can't, it's not the truth. It's only your truth. If you kill, I mean, the Ten Commandments say thou shalt not kill, right? If you kill, is that your truth? No, it was a program given to you. What is your truth? What do you believe to be true? Think about it. Life, death, reincarnation. They're all true, but are they the final stages of soul? They're not. So until you're ready to let go of the program, which we're all playing in right now, it's not going to happen. I suggest this, people. If you watch the original Matrix, I guess there was 3. If you watched them, did you understand anything about it? Oh, well, it's just a movie. You know, a lot of truth is in movies, more so than anything else. Oh, that's stupid. That's crazy. TV, movies don't have any. No, they tell you, they put it right in front of your face. And how they get away with that, they say, this is not based on a real person or a real situation. Even though it is. Do you watch Law and Order? I watch it every Friday, Saturday, Thursday, whenever it's on. It's on a couple channels, but the new ones are usually on Thursday night. There's 2 of them in a row. I watch it because I lived in Jersey, next to New York City. I went to New York City, the crime and everything else. But what's going wrong with society? And that show is one of the biggest examples of what is. In a great way. And it's not lies. They put the truth in between what they're doing. Like they explain what happens in court and things like that. But crime. Somebody commits a crime. Do they feel guilty about it? If they do they blame themselves? Or they say God didn't do what it was supposed to be doing? The angels aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing? Or I'm going to go to aliens and get help. Well, a lot of people feel that they can get help from aliens now. I'm not going to go into all the names in the UFO world. But I will say this. The important people that were in the UFO world are dead or gone. Meaning missing. All right. And how long? My good friend was missing since 1997. Somebody else I know is in jail. Well, nut house. And then he goes to jail, depending on what they decide him to be. Crazy, liar, a bad person. Well, it's up to you people to start thinking outside the box, which everybody likes to stay in. When we talk about paying the army, money's not real, people. Mr. Biden just agreed with giving $7.72 billion to the army. We talk about a deficit, all right? And we owe money and all that. Where's that money coming from? If we don't have any money, how's it being given to the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force for weapons? How's that make any sense, people? It doesn't, because it's a lie. You want to believe the lies like we're running out of money? How much money do we ever really have? Does anybody know? No, they don't. The one time they opened up the mint for people to go inside it, they let them inside one room. They didn't let them analyze the gold or anything. They just said, this is one of the rooms that we got the gold in. All right. And then you go into the UFO world. Aliens came here to make us mine gold for them. If that was even barely true, You think any king or spiritual leader, whatever word you want to use, would have tons of gold if they needed it? Just trying to read one thing. Somebody asked me about Bashar. I met him personally. Another, to me, I don't want to say bad words because you get booted off, which I don't want to do. But people that get pulled into the darkness, not the light. You're not saying you're all this or you're channeling these beings and all that if you're not in the darkness. God doesn't work that way. Angels don't work that way. Demons, Satan, Satan's army, aliens work that way. But people aren't even aware of that. They're going to listen to whatever they believe any alien tells them like it's real or really important. On that, I tell everybody to watch the movie V. V as in Victor. Is how these ships come over the planet, tell them we're going to help them and help rebuild everything. Start bringing them on a ship and things like that. But there's an underlying reason behind what they do. And that's the sad part, people. What's called the agenda. Everything, every creature has its own agenda. I mean, most animal creatures have an agenda that's based on whatever they are. Eat. Main program. Eat. Have sex. Eat. All right. Outside of that, what programs do they run on? Not like humans. Oh, I met some aliens and they took me up and they showed me some places and told me this. Do you want to believe it? If you do, you're giving it energy, even though it shouldn't have any. Do you give it? Oh man, that's well. Let me get back to that. Just thinking. All right. Here's the thing, people. When we go out and get a job, when we think we're making money and we're doing something, who's in back of what you do? Who's helping you create the ideas? Do you talk to God? Do you try to? Do you talk to aliens? Some people believe they do. What do you get? All right, here's the thing. I want everybody to close their eyes for a second. Well, more than a second. Close your eyes. All right. Do you feel something? Do you feel something different? Yeah, you're sleeping, you're going someplace, but when you close your eyes, soul's right there, and you could just step right out of the body. It's that simple, really. But it's stuck in the body until this karma is paid off for this body. And depending on how much karma you have, means if you got to reincarnate again to pay off more karma. And you probably do. I'm working on keeping this my last incarnation into this world. There's no reason why I would want to come back. None whatsoever. You're not going to see your family that you had, not in the same idea or perception. You can come back in your family's daughter's child or something like that. But are you aware of who you were? Of course not. See, people take the shortest route. They say the shortest route is the straight line between the 2 points. But straight line to where? Straight line to hell? Are you going anywhere? Are you moving anything different? All right. When I want to get into the spiritual word. What does spiritual mean to you? When you say you have your own truth and you say you're spiritual, Well, the average person has to feed that into its program bank, which is the mind. I have a chair. I need a new chair so bad. It's got no bottom, and I got cushions on it and everything. Oh, it's pretty sad. But here's the thing: when we have people around us, they take our attention off of who we are. When we have our own space, what do we do with it? Do we ever put it on God? Uh, Most people pray to God to heal somebody. Somebody got sick. They pray to God. You could be in an abusive situation, all right, and then you can pray that it's not abusive anymore. How much does that help? In your lifetime, with your truth, how much did that ever help you? Sure, we all have a great experience here and there. It's a miracle. Something good happens, it's a miracle. When something bad happens, what is it? It's a part of your karma. I mean, there's levels of it. So which level of that are you really dealing with? How much of it do you even know? See, when people tune in to a show, what do they want to hear? Happiness, good, how to make money, how to be rich, how to believe that you're everything you're supposed to be, which you're not. If you were spiritual, you wouldn't be here. There'd be no reason to be here. Well, I was really debating on doing anything today. I have such a bad headache. And the flu's going around with the virus right now here. So I'm trying to stay away from my friends because they're all kind of sick. I get congested. I worked outside all day. I'm putting a fence up. I'm putting the pipes in the ground and pouring concrete and all that. But I'm getting old. My body doesn't like to do much of what I want to do or what I have to do. But I still got to do it. So when you feel bad and something's happening, do you blame Jesus? Do you blame God? Or do you say aliens are going to come and help you? What do you say? What do you believe? Too many people are starting to believe aliens are going to help them. Well, back to the help you do what? What can an alien race help you with? Give you gold bricks? Of course they can. But is that going to help you? No. You know, time's running out, people. Check out UN Agenda 21-30. All right. That's where we're headed and how fast we're going to be there. Tesla, let's go to Musk. He's got his ideas of what he's going to do with the world right now. Gates has his plans all set up as well. They want to try to repopulate the planet, repopulate the United States. Why? There's not enough people here. So they say, all right? But in the interim, what do you think is going to happen? Sorry about that. I've been in the UFO world all my life. I've been on a spiritual quest all my life. Where does it get you? What does it do? Most people does absolutely nothing. If your path can't help you and it doesn't help you, it's not useful. Believing in a religion, the same as believing in God, Jesus, Satan. If it's not helping you, what good is it? To believe that you're going to go somewhere when you die is a belief system. It's not going to help you understand anything about death. What happens to your body? What happens to your mind? What happens to your soul? All right. Sorry, my eyes are hurt as well. So, where's the steps that we can take now to move forward? I'm trying to do a spiritual class. I probably will get back into it this week. I had a lot of problems over the past month and a half, 2 months. Uh, I started it. I got up into about 6 classes, and then my partner died. She died 3 times. They got her back. So, and I'm taking care of her in a great way, and it's hard. So, people, do we blame somebody? Do we pray to somebody to stop it, to change it? This world is running on itself. God doesn't have to tell it what to do, change, have the moon go around, the sun go around, move moon or planets or anything out there to do what it has to do. As a matter of fact, they're not going to be doing what they want to do soon anyway. We got aliens interrupting a lot of things. We got the government playing games, even blowing bombs up on them. How many years ago? About 7 years ago, roughly, they blew 3 blue bombs up on the sun. Why would you try to blow up the sun? Why would you put a bomb on it? Why would you want to see what you can do to the sun? Does that make any sense, people? What mankind has done to society is a shame. All right? We can do so many other things than give in to the system, which is all wrong. How do we know what's right? Who do we listen to? If you haven't found anything yet to listen to, you need to. Time's running out, people. No matter how old you are, your time's running out. Because you're getting pulled deeper and deeper into the darkness. And you don't want to be there. Hopefully by now you went through it. But even if you didn't, it'll be a period of your life you go through it. And what's supposed to happen is you realize what's going on. Why you had to go through it. What it really meant. I wanted this to be what we all want. Okay. Now, doing meditation is one level. Leaving the body is the most important thing you can learn in this physical reality. And it's like a near-death experience. You don't plan it. You can't make it happen. And when you say you can, then it's not real. I studied with a hypnotist. He said it was the power of suggestion, hypnosis. Suggesting to somebody they're tired, they're falling asleep, they're going to listen to every word I said. It's a suggestion that gets into the subconscious mind. You repeat it a couple times and the person's accepting it. And they're suddenly locked into it. I mean, there's other times that there will be fights and things going on in between it. But when you fight with yourself, are you getting anywhere? Well, if it makes you move, makes you say, hey, I'm alive, I'm not dead. All right. Hopefully it does. Well, we've been involved with so many different paths over the 30,000 years that human life had been here, roughly, but they documented and actually said, all right, they want us to believe that. All right, reincarnation's really important. But what makes it even more important is being able to read them, what you did, what you have to work out, and what you're going through. All right, you don't have to go over every lifetime. over and over. How many times you come into this world and you got to touch something hot to know when it's hot? You think that would have been one of the first lessons you learned to keep, that you don't have to touch things to find out that they're hot. But men are pretty, for a word, ignorant. Well, if we go back to the old days, there was very little words, very little things to do. Were they better off? They were praying and praying, but to who and to what? An image, an idea. Uh, for me, now accept this. Jesus was the most spiritual person to walk the planet. All right. Outside of that, being aware of your past lives gives you all that knowledge. It doesn't have to be one simple thing. It could be a lot of things. All right, you just went through these things. Okay, you lost your car, you lost your house. How do you get out of it? It's not easy. It takes a strong person, a person that likes living in hell. All right, you should be able to determine what a person's going to go through when they follow what they thought they had to follow as a lead. If you're told in your dream state or when you're waking up, go out and get a job. Okay, good idea. Now, you need to be a bartender. You need to be this. What do you want to be? If you get taken, you know, you'll be in a different situation. But protection is really critical. And do we know much about it? I'm sorry about today. I just wanted to put something up there because people are saying, "Where's the workshop?" I will probably do it on today's Monday, Thursday, or Saturday. All right. Tomorrow's my UFO show. Please listen to that. Again, my co-host, doesn't believe in God and doesn't believe in not aliens, but what they do first. They don't. Aliens don't do anything for us. So she gets programmed. Does she believe it? Does she know what it is? Well, she's one of the few people that does. Most people just have missing time. People, I want you to get involved with life, with who and what you are, where you're going, what you're going to do. Text me. I'll put the question up online and talk about it, as long as it's important and real. It's HAWKSVL. Well, all I can say is I tried. I keep trying. I'm thinking about where we can go from here, what we can really do as a group, as a consciousness. Uh, when I look inside, I look at a reality of a world crashing in on itself. Mankind has very little truth about anything. They accept the garbage that they're programmed with, their ideas of God, the ideas of this, they're just ideas. But here, no matter what the idea is, if it doesn't help you, it's useless. Well, we can't keep moving in that direction, or we're going to go backwards. We're slowly slipping backwards. So we don't want to go there. Get something good down. A foundation is what you need. A path and a way to get there. The path has to be a solid, reasonable way not to create karma. Which paths create karma, which ones don't? Think about it. Let's zoom in on this here. Okay. We have all these ideas. We go to bed, we have dreams. Then we listen to somebody program us with more thoughts. And when we go into this contemplation and we see this stuff coming together, what do we know? A lot more nothing. Now, if you take a dream, you can talk to yourself before you go to bed. You're not crazy, all right? And it'll help you. Because when you do that, you're talking to soul and you're talking to mind. If soul gets to hear it, it's beneficial to you. If soul doesn't get to hear it, it's not. So close your eyes, go into meditation. What do you ask for? Don't ask for anything. Just say, open the door. Picture a door. Picture any kind of a door. Or just an archway. And realize when you go through it, it'll change your reality. This is a lot of little things you should think about to do to get you out of this point where we're in right now. The world probably will survive a lot. We can't keep going like this. I think about it over and over. Just trying to read something. Hold on. Material's okay, as long as you realize that's not the only place. You know, when you dream, you can do anything, go anywhere, be anything. All right, you're a lot more aware of what soul is at that point than you are in the physical body. So it's up to you to go into this contemplation, close your eyes, see the doorway, go through it, meet with the guides, your spiritual guides. They're there. And they sure can help you take your next step. Uh, like I said, I just wanted to say hi, see what's going on out there. Uh, Tomorrow, my other show on UFOs will be with Tina Bird. I'm sorry, I just was feeling so bad when I started this morning. I'm trying to put a gate up, putting poles in the ground down in these holes and pouring concrete. So I was really drained, and then my whole body feels aching all over right now. So please bear in mind that I'd keep going. I would like to get in a couple things today, but my body's not going to let me. But for you people, it's time to look beyond the laws. UN Agenda 21, which we're in fourth phase right now. Look at things they don't talk about. The underground cities in the United States. Why? Where are they? The chemical labs making toxic chemicals. For what reason? Ones that have no cures. People, you need to get out of this box. Climb into a new one. Make it your own. Leave a doorway in and out and everything so you can get in and out of it. Do what you have to do, but create something a little more important than what you assume is right now. Do you know anything about Satan? It's real. Anything about angels? Really? All these little things you need to know. With that, people, I'll be here tomorrow morning, my time. Boy, my partner's in England, so she's 11 hours different. But we'll get back into that subject. But I want you to think about, who do you talk to? Why? God? Aliens? Who's going to help you? Who's listening? Who's really listening to you? Anyone? Or is that why they say become aware of who and what you are and knowing this? Knowing what you are is not what you can learn in school. Think about it, people. All right. I'm sorry, but like I said, I feel really bad. Uh, I don't get the COVID around people or anything like that. Truth is, I'm not good at doing. I mean, I do so much hard work when I get out there, and my reward is getting bit up by fire ants. All right, people. Till tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. On YouTube. I mean, it's stuck on Facebook. It's on Twitter. Hope to talk to you then. All right. Peace, love, compassion, whatever you need in your life. Till next time.